Hey, what's going on YouTube and fellow apes? This is a special video called Fuck Them. Okay, sorry about the language, but you'll get it. Okay, today we're talking about Citadel. And this is like half an hour worth of DD. They found some of their, very little of their bones in the closet. They don't have a fucking closet for their bones. They got fucking warehouses of companies that are no longer there, so they're empty, so they can throw all their bones in there because they already shorted those companies to death. Anyway, okay, so Citadel. Probably the tied third with the biggest reason that I'm holding AMC. One, to make them go away and make them eat their own for once. And force them to quit doing illegal shit and quit manipulating the entire market that they can and will and do. You know, that alongside 25,000 employees that I'm saving their jobs by holding. You know, I'm for those 25,000 employees, baby. That and AMC. What the fuck? Come on. 73 by 2020 with the free cash flow positive. Gonna happen. So, you know what? Screw Citadel. You know, they're not backing down because they don't think they have to. They think, nah, we're just playing with them. I'm gonna show you how much of a shitty company they are by a shitty run man doing shitty things in the market every shitty day because they're shitty. That's why we call them Citadel. Fuckers. Okay. All right. This is just briefly, but this is bad. They're shitty. So full of shit. Their eyes are turning brown. All right. Okay. So let's go over just a couple basics, and then I'm gonna get into some detailed examples of how shitty Citadel is. Okie dokie. Let's see. How about how they have found a way to monopolize the financial market and stock market? Yeah, they're starting a monopoly, guys. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but yeah. Let's see. They're one of the largest hedge funds in the world. They're one of the absolute largest hedge funds and asset managers in the United States. And they're also a market maker. And for those who don't know what a market maker is, it means they can execute your trades how they see fit as well. And they also make and sell a technology for high frequency trading. Come on, okay. So they monopolize the market. Okay, they own 405 or 408 billion dollars in assets in their hedge fund and asset manager part of the business. I mean, that's a lot of freaking shit to manage. You know, that's, you know, they have a lot of weight to play around with. At any second, they could just dump a bunch and load up on anyone they want and squash anybody. Not only that, but they can do it through their market making abilities and execute their own trades. Okay, so Citadel Securities is the largest market maker in options in the U.S. Period. They execute about 25% of U.S. listed equity options volume. Wonder why there was so many options, not only created on AMC. You know, it went from a handful of strike prices per week to 1 million every week, and then getting loaded the hell up. Now you see why. Because the one that's shorting it is also the one being the market maker, loading it up with frickin' everyone's options, how they see fit, in the order they see fit, when they see fit. And I'll get into that, and I'll show you proof of an example they did very recently. Okay, so they According to the Wall Street Journal, about 1/3 of stock orders from individual investors is completed through Citadel, which accounts for about 10% of Citadel's revenue. So they're making money. They're not only just shorting everybody, they're manipulating everybody and making money off their trades too. Even though they're not executing them like they should in any way, shape, or form, of course not. That'd be legal. And Citadel Securities also executes about 13% of U.S. consolidated volumes in equities. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. And 28% of U.S. retail equities volume. Come on, that's a shit ton of the market. Okay, and then, all right. So that, and then on, you guys have been hearing wondering what Citadel Connect is. Well, Citadel Connect is their platform that they use under Citadel Securities, and it states that it executes equities and options. But it says Citadel Connect, and this is them talking. Our innovative, immediate, or cancel order platform is one of the fastest growing sources of off exchange liquidity in the U.S. So, off exchange. Remember, a while back when I had that video and I was showing that first thing in the morning, for some reason, AMC would show up on the dark in the off exchanges in freaking block trades. They'd show up on the OTCs and shit, and just random ones, and the ATC, OTC, whatever that is. Off exchange. Well, that was them. That was them dumping all our buy orders on the off exchange first thing in the morning, so it doesn't go up, and that's why it always tanked first thing in the morning. Freaking bastard pricks. Okay, so there's that. And I guess I'll go into that example in a minute. It's giant freaking conflict of interest, period. Period. If they're going to have their own positions as them, if they're going to short themselves, if they're going to go long themselves, if they're going to do options themselves, and then be an asset manager and hedge fund for $400 billion worth of other people's money and control that as well and trade with that, do short it and whatever they please with it. So they have that and that, and then they execute like 25% of the volume. Come on. Of course they're gonna snake their own shit in, and first. And snake shit into the dark pools, or snake shit into the off exchange markets. They can do whatever the hell they want now, and that's how we're fighting tooth and nail to win. And they're gonna get caught with their pants down, and it's gonna hurt. And there's no denying it. He's the majority shareholder of Citadel and the CEO, and then he owns 85% of Citadel Securities. Shaking hands much? Can't do our own. And they have one of the highest turnover rates around, period. I wonder why. Because they have all these people coming in and do shady shit and then fire them before they can figure out what the hell happened, or before the SEC can ask them what the hell happened. Pricks. And they only have 1,400 employees. So don't feel bad about drowning these guys at all. At all. Because they don't care about none of them. They don't care about their employees, obviously. They don't care about the market, obviously. They don't care about any investors besides themselves, obviously. They don't care about any businesses besides themselves, obviously. Because every chance they get, they short the competitor. They did that in 2008 to Bear Stearns. When Bear Stearns collapsed, The employees, believe that Citadel was shorting them to buy them out, and they didn't sell, and then they just finished. They just shorted them all the way into bankruptcy. Then they just destroyed them. And they did that with Melvin Capital. Why do you think the GameStop squeeze GameStop gamma squeeze actually happened? Because Citadel wasn't in it. Melvin Capital was. So Citadel let Melvin Capital lose 53% of their value in the company, and then they invested $2.7 billion in it. And guess what? Guess who owns Melvin Capital basically now? Yeah, Citadel. I mean, they moved in on Melvin Capital. They let Melvin Capital get squeezed and destroyed. It probably helped by moving, by executing trades in a certain way, and then bought into Melvin Capital to control them, and drown out our customer. Here we go. Our competitor. Next. That's what they do. That's just what they do. It's bullshit. 2009. Okay, these rotten cocksuckers. In 2009, Citadel received $200 million in taxpayer money. Indirectly. Indirectly, they received $200 million in U.S. taxpayer money after AIG was bailed out. Fuck that. That's bullshit. Everything they do is bullshit. But it's disgusting how much crap they do. It's really disgusting. It's fucking horrible that they even have a conscience to do it. But there's no problem doing it. No problem. Perfect example. During the pandemic, during the coronavirus pandemic, everyone suffered. Everyone was miserable. Life sucked for a lot of people. There was businesses going bankrupt every day because they couldn't open their work. They could not. By law, they could not go and open their stores. They could not go open the restaurants. They were going out of business left and right. There was people that going bankrupt, spending all their life savings because they weren't working and had to pay rent or pay their mortgage. There was a lot of misery going on, and people dying. Millions of people dying too. A lot of hardship and a lot of people dying. And guess what? These cocksuckers did all kinds of shit in 2020 during everyone's misery. During everyone's misery and all that blood. Citadel Securities was censored by FINRA a total of 19 times in 2020. 19 times. And they all include a bunch of reasons of misconduct. Let's see. There was includes failure to close, failure to deliver positions, naked short selling, inaccurate reporting of short sell indicators, and executing trades during circuit breaker halts. Sound familiar? And failing to offer its clients best prices on the bid to ask spread. Okay, and here's another big one. Citadel was fined $700,000 by FINRA in July of 2020 for trading ahead of customers' orders. They delayed certain equity orders from clients to buy or sell shares while continuing to trade the same stocks in its own account as part of its market-making activities. Yeah, they just no. Yours wait. We're gonna do ours first. Okay, now yours. What do you think they're doing with AMC? What do you think they're doing with every freaking stock on the stock market? Whatever's to their benefit, which is bullshit and illegal, and it needs to stop. And they need to cut these frickers. And they need to say, you know what? Stop right now. You can't have both of these entities under your control. Period. It's too fucking much bullshit, too much power in our markets, and it's way too dangerous. So you either need to A, just go to prison right now. B, you can relieve yourself from one company Not sell. No, you know, you don't get to sell one. You get to forfeit one. You get to forfeit the securities part, the market management, the market maker, or you can sell the hedge fund slash asset manager. Your choice. You can forfeit one of them, not sell. And then after that, if you try and associate with the other one, you go to prison. That would be the minimum they should require from this asshole. I mean, it's just disgusting. I mean, doing that kind of shit, all those kind of manipulative and illegal and horrible trading practice during the pandemic when everyone was dying and businesses were going out of business left and right. Not only that, everybody, not only that, but oh my God, during that same fucking time period, in the first 6 months of the pandemic, the first 6 months, Citadel Securities doubled its profit. Doubled its profit. Earning $4 billion in revenue. Are you kidding me? So in the worst time in probably one of the worst times in the world, they double their profit? What do you think they were doing? Shorting every single stock that was impacted by it. Every single one, I guarantee it. And not just shorting it, obviously doing illegal shorting and naked shorting and all that bullshit. I mean, they need to be stopped. Now. This is bad. This is fucking horrible. So, you know what? Don't feel bad about drowning Citadel in their 1,400 employees. Because most likely, 90% of those employees have only been there a week. Because their turnover rate, and they already hate the place. Secondly, the market's not going to collapse. Because, you know what? They just need to take it out of this cocksucker's pocket. Everything he owns. Everything. Because that's fucking horrible. I mean, that's bad. That's bad. I haven't seen so much irresponsible and mean and crude bullshit. Evil. Look at this. Okay. They also dip their fingers into reinsurance. Okay. Okay. Citadel funded $500 million reinsure Newcastle in 2005. Okay. Seeking to capitalize from raising prices for reinsurance in the wake of Hurricane Katrina. Okay. Capitalize from raising prices from Hurricane Katrina. Okay. How much worse does this have to get? I mean, look, these cocksuckers are, well, at least Ken's the definition of an evil cocksucker in the market. And you know what, Ken? Sue me, motherfucker. Because this is my opinion. You can't sue me for my opinion, so, suck it, bitch. That's my opinion. Fuck Citadel. And that's why I'm holding it even stronger, too. Because I hope they fucking burn and I want to be a part of it.